What's up, guys? Ron Harris here, the Ron Harris Muscle Channel. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, share it on your platforms, ring that bell. All right, let's get to it. The judging wrapped up in France about an hour ago. Sorry it took me so long to make thumbnails and such. And we got our first look at Samson Dauda since last year's Romania Muscle Fest, a post-Olympia show we did. We have not seen Samson on stage since last fall. So let's take a look. This is the version that Samson brought on stage today. So big, full. Obviously, this is 13 days out because the judging is for the Mr. Olympia is going to take place 2 weeks from last night. So this is less than 2 weeks out. This is live stream. Thank you, Nick, Strength and Power. I'm sure you guys, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Nick, Strength and Power. He does a phenomenal job, and I stole his footage here. So sorry and thank you, Nick, at the same time. Yeah, this is always from the back is where we want to see Samson's condition because the front usually looks pretty tight. From the back, it's kind of hard to tell. We're going to look at his Instagram in a minute because that was shot with a iPhone or something from maybe the first couple rows, and it's actually clearer and crisper looking than this. But from right here, I'm a little concerned. Yeah, I know it's not the greatest resolution, but man, you know these guys like Hadi, Derek, Andrew, Hunter, even they're Nick. What am I saying? I can't leave out Nick. They're going to bring crazy condition. You know they are. So Samson needs to up his game just a little bit. Now he has time. I would not say he can't make a difference, a significant difference in less than 2 weeks' time. And let's not get it twisted. It's not like he's out of shape here. And I do want to go to the Instagram because that actually gives a better indication of his condition. So let me go to that for you guys. I had it up, but it taken down. Okay, so we're going to Samson Dauda. All right, here we go, guys. So this is some footage that Samson put up himself. Certainly looks like iPhone footage to me. Here it is. Already, the condition looks better here. I mean, this is really good lighting. I actually think this show is lit pretty well based on what I'm seeing here. Look at that. It is a beautiful physique. You know, we did a video, myself and Giles, a couple days ago, saying, is he making a huge mistake? And we just wanted to have a discussion. We weren't saying he was making a mistake, although Giles felt he was, mainly because he was ruining the surprise. So the surprise is ruined. Cat's out of the bag. This is Samson as he looks little less than 2 weeks out from the Olympia. They seem to forget that judging is on a Friday. So this is 13 days out. I know it's only 1 day's difference, not a massive difference. So I'm curious to see the condition here, the back, in this little better resolution. Yeah, not bad, not bad. I still want to see a little more back thickness on Samson, but geez, what a beautiful physique. Perfect shape, structure. Legs are phenomenal. He just has it's the winning combination. I will show the other guys in a minute because I don't want to make it seem like there isn't a contest today that he's competing in. He is the clear winner, as you'll see. That doesn't mean the other guys aren't worthy of some discussion and notability. They all work their ass off. But Samson here looking really good, man. The condition does look a lot better here. And this is, I'm guessing this is somebody's, Mad Muscle Media. Who is Mad Muscle Media? I'm going to have to check that out in a second. I want to give him credit for taking this footage. Yeah, I don't think this is an iPhone now that I look at it. Looks a little better than what your crappy iPhone 15. They're not crappy. They're actually really good cameras. So that's it. That was reposted. I just want to give this guy credit before I go back. Yeah, Samson looking really good, man. Mad Muscle Media is, I don't see the name that they call us Mad. So, well, I tried to give you credit. That's from Mad Muscle Media. Give them a follow. So Samson also posted this. This was ready for finals because they ran judging and finals straight into each other. There was no break because they did all the amateur stuff and other pro divisions first. So I think as we speak, it's probably almost over at this point. I'm going to say it's a foregone conclusion about Samson winning when you take a look at him. Jay said, "You look great. Can't wait to see you next to the guys this year." Yeah, man, I agree. Juan Diesel promoted there. So here, let's take a look here because this is closer up. Yeah, he looks damn good, man. He looks damn good. Will he be third place again? Will he be higher? Will he be lower? I mean, we're not going to know until he stands next to the other guys 13 days from now. It's a week from this coming Friday. It's coming right up, guys. It is coming right up. But yeah, Samson, I don't think he did. He made a mistake, and I said that in the Power Hour. I don't believe he was making a mistake doing this. It's just some people would like to see him stay fresh for the Olympia rather than stop that screen, rather than possibly, I don't know. Sometimes if you peak 100% for a show, it takes the body a little while to rebound and reset. 2 weeks could be plenty of time, but I don't think he peaked 100% for this. I don't think he needed to. Let's take a look at the other guys. This is the first call out. So we have Andrea Presti there on the left, Theo Leguerre from right there in France. Next to him, Samson and Mo Sour. It's N-S-O-U-R. I'm going to assume the N is silent. Call him Mo Sour. He's from the UK. Originally from, I don't know, Egypt or Kuwait. Somebody help me out there. I don't know where he's originally from. So Theo and Presti switched. They put Presti next to him. I saw some comments saying Presti can't catch a break because, he took second place at the last couple of shows and there's no point system. So he did not get to the Olympia this year. And unfortunately, he's not getting to the Olympia, the 2025 Olympia based on this show because Samson is in another league. He's an Arnold Classic champion. He is third place Mr. Olympian, top 3. He's just fantastic. And you see just clearly, it's not that the other guys don't have comparable mass. I think, he's not blowing them away on size. Presti's got a really big upper body, but Presti lacks a little bit in the legs, as you can see. Presti and Theo probably a little sharper than him condition-wise, but it's not a condition contest. It's an overall package: size, shape, structure, condition, symmetry, even presentation factors in. So yeah, these guys put up a great fight, and that's your top 4. I don't know who's getting second. Probably Presti. Presti seems to be like a solid second place dude. These last couple shows, it's rough. Second place it's rough because you're so close, and there's only 2 names left to be called, and you're hoping and praying they don't call out your name. And fortunately for Andrea, the last couple shows, and I think it might happen again. I think today they might call him out a second again. Let's get to your comments, guys. Ron, his gyno looks bad. Samson? You're talking about Samson's, I'm guessing, right, Warhammer? Let me see. Doesn't look bad there. I don't even notice it there. Maybe in the abdominal and thigh where his hands are overhead, but I didn't notice it even in the front double. Let's see. PB, short for peanut butter. Hi, Ron. Samson's condition at Olympia is going to be pretty much the same, slightly sharper. Yeah, I don't think anyone makes a massive, dramatic improvement in 2 weeks' time, or in this case, just under 2 weeks. I mean, every day counts. But he can sharpen up. Crotch Goblin, great name. Still a joke compared to Ronnie 2000. Well, compared to Ronnie in 2003. That was the year Ronnie came out at 296 pounds. Just a freak, and the contest was over literally the minute he stepped out. It was a battle for second, third, and fourth. He isn't too far off his best, just a little too much oil. Yeah, the problem is, Raymond, is the best condition he's had up to this point. It's still not on the par of what we see from Hadi, from Derek. Yeah, I know Derek has some areas in the front. He needs to be sharper than he's ever been. Because Andrew's hot on his heels. Andrew might beat him this year. Nick Walker wasn't there last year when he got third. Nick is a man on a mission. Nick's not going to be out of shape. He's got Matt Jansen guiding him into the show. Yeah, it's going to be tough. So this is unfortunately, they really want a bigger guy to win like Samson Dauda. They will not. Maybe not this year, PB, but I don't think the era of the shorter guys is going to last much longer. As Samson gets better, as Andrew gets better, Quint Beastwood is another guy that just needs to make some more improvements, and he's right there too. I think we're going to see the taller guys. Reverend Terminator, is it true he got gyno? Well, now I have to actually stop watching and see, because it's God, everyone's talking about the gyno. With that gyno, can you do anything between now and the Olympia with the gyno? No, gyno, once you have it, unfortunately, it needs to be removed surgically. It's a simple procedure. Many pro bodybuilders have had it done, and they're back in action in a few months. But there is a downtime. Obviously, they're taking a gland, big chunk out or underneath your nipple on both sides, typically. So this is what I want to see from. I don't even know. Did he hit an abdominal thigh in his routine? I'm not sure. So I might have to go back to the judging footage. I'm still waiting to see the gyno. No, so yeah, to answer your question, once the gyno is there, it has to be removed surgically, and there's going to be some downtime. I'm just waiting to see. No, I don't think he hits. No, yeah, here he goes. The gyno is not apparent to me here at all. Maybe it's because this footage from the stream isn't that crisp and clear. I'll go back to the Instagram footage in a minute and see, but here it doesn't look bad at all. I mean, I don't notice it. It's in shadow. Maybe I need to go back to the judging footage when they hit the shot there. It's slightly different lighting. We'll do that for its first call out. Okay. Back to your comments. Samson's wife, Marlena. Yeah, Marlena has been coaching him, and she's doing a pretty darn good job. I mean, it's not like I don't think he looks his best ever condition-wise, but he's not off or anything like that. Again, I'm going to go back to the Instagram footage in a minute, because it's a lot clearer and crisper than this footage. This is just I took this off Nick Strength and Power, which he burned it off the live stream. In the live stream, the resolution typically isn't that awesome. Andrew over Samson. I will pause once we get to that abdominal and thigh shot. Yeah, Andrew. A lot of people prefer Andrew's physique to Samson's, but then there's a lot of people that prefer Samson's. There are a lot of people out there that think Nick Walker is the best and he should be Mr. Olympia. And obviously, Hadi Choopan has millions of fans. Derek Lunsford has millions of fans. Once you get to that top five, every guy there, I think, is worthy of being Mr. Olympia on any given day. It has the potential and the capability of becoming Mr. Olympia. You don't place that highly if you have no chance at all of becoming Mr. Olympia. It just doesn't happen. All right, so we're going to get to the abdominal and thigh shot in a minute. I am kind of slowing down to wait and see the gyno on that, or see if I can see the gyno. Top 3 this year would be a little far-fetched. Yeah, Prashant, it really comes down to how these guys show up a week from this coming Friday, 2 weeks from last night. No, man, I don't stick gyno. I'm not saying he doesn't have gyno, but from here I don't see it. Maybe from other pictures and stuff, I don't see the gyno at all. I mean, I've certainly seen much worse gyno. We stream live. No, nobody can stream, Francesco. Nobody can stream the show live if it's on a pay-per-view. If they do that, they're violating the copyright of the pay-per-view, and you can get your YouTube channel removed, taken down completely when you do that. So when you see people streaming a contest live and it's a show that has a pay-per-view, they're violating the rights of the pay-per-view and that particular promoter, and they can very easily get their channel removed. At the very least, they can get that video demonetized and taken down. So yeah, there's no free way to watch this show live. No free way. And there was one guy that was streaming the show, and it looks like they cut him off because he stopped. Now he's streaming a contest in Brazil. He gave up on this one. Samson proved not to be Derek. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think Hadi's going to win this year, and who knows? He might. I wouldn't say it's impossible for Andrew Jack to win either. And, the way Samson looks now, he does have room for improvement. He looks good, exactly. And he does have 13 days. You can burn a couple more pounds of fat and tighten up significantly in 13 days. Barry Clothier has as his top 5. Derek, Hadi, Nick, Andrew, Samson. I wouldn't bet against that one. Andrew will take his place. A lot of people feel that way, Hamid. You know, there's a lot of Andrew Jack fans out there. He's got a very unique physique. He's added some size. I think he's still a work in progress, just like Samson is. I think Andrew still needs just a little bit more size. I don't think he's as big as he ultimately needs to be, but he's very, very close. Samson slips to 5th this year. Wow. Yeah, let's hear from some Samson fans here, because I don't want to start agreeing with you guys, and then they're going to say this video was a hate fest against Samson. Presty needs a barbell squat. Does he not barbell squat? I don't know. Maybe he does. I mean, his legs just they're behind his upper body in a big way. Look at how wide Samson is. Look at that shot. He's got this massive shoulder span, huge delts, traps, chest. Such a wide, thick upper body, and the quads just don't match it. His wife is up the dose, nothing more. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, you're saying Samson must have upped the dose? He doesn't look much bigger. Not that he needed to be. He put on a ton of size over the past couple years before this, working with Milos. You know, he put on something like 25 pounds of muscle mass, a lot of muscle. Presty would be last at the Olympia. He wouldn't do well. Let's be real. He wouldn't do well. You know, I actually caught some flack for the preview that I did with Giles. I did the France preview and the Legion preview, and I only talked about 5 guys from each show. And a couple of people posted they were very upset that I didn't mention more athletes. I didn't want the show to run 2 hours and talk about everybody. And also, at this point, I'm focused on the Olympia, and I'm talking about top guys at the Olympia, like top 10 potential. I don't think Andrea really had a legitimate chance of making top 10 at the Olympia. Not until he brings those legs up. Goku Luffy. Samson is murdering them. No contest. I really like this look he brought. He just needs to sharpen up a bit for the Olympia. He'll be fighting for the title. Yeah, I mean, anyone who thinks Samson has no chance of winning the Olympia, that's silly. He does have a chance. He's got a phenomenal physique. Only thing I'd want to see on him is just a little bit more back thickness. You can see it's still needs to fill in a little bit. And the condition. Again, this is not the greatest. So I'm going to go back to that Instagram footage, because I want to give the guy his credit. We're showing that. Oh, no. I got to stop that screen first. I got to hide this. Sorry. Give me a second here. Oop. Doggone it, Ron. I want to go back to the Instagram footage. There we go. This shows better condition. I'm sorry it's a little smaller on the screen, but that shows his condition much better, I think, than the live stream did. Phil Clayhar, the Jamaican Tank. What's up? What is up, Phil? Good to have you here. Appreciate you dropping by. Attack on Life. At this point, I think Derek and Heidi will probably beat Samson. Yeah, I mean, they've beaten him at every show so far. So at every Olympia so far. I don't see Samson getting ahead of him this year. I think he's, like I said, a work in progress. Little more back thickness, and just he needs to get that crazy condition. I know I was on the Mr. Olympia Live less than 2 weeks ago with Jake Wood, and Jake Wood, who owns the Olympia, he said he'd like to see less emphasis on that extreme conditioning, the dry look, because it's not healthy. Because we all know dry means you're totally dehydrated, either through some sort of natural water manipulation, sodium, or more commonly through the use of diuretics. And to achieve that look of ultra dry, grainy hardness, it means you're sort of skating on thin ice with your health. Warhammer. I am one of the best guys. Thank you, Warhammer. This is not a fake. This is me posting as Warhammer. No, it's actually very laid back. Let's let things slap back. Why isn't this channel bigger? That's a great question, Warhammer. Well, subscribe to the channel, everyone, if you're not already subscribed. I assume all you guys who are on the live chat are subscribed, but if you're not, please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a darn thing. You click on that one little thing that says subscribe, and there you are. You've helped me out. Let's grow this channel. Let's go back. Samson's delts look a bit strange. What about his left nipple? I wish I could had a better look at that. Let me go to the other post he made. I'm trying to see if you can see the left nipple. Well, let's see. He's walking out there. Look at us. We're so focused on one man's nipple. I don't think we're going to see anything there because his pecs are so thick that his nipple's in shadow because the upper pecs are blocking them. They're overshadowing them literally. Okay, so that's his left nipple. He's got some slight gyno. It is not bad. I've seen much, much worse gyno than that, guys. Much worse. Let's give the guy a break. If that's bad gyno, come on, guy. I've seen gyno the size of like a fist under guys' nipples. That is very minor. And, he might even be able to do some manipulation with aromatase inhibitors or something to reverse that. I think clomiphene can actually do that, or anastrozole. I don't know. I'm not the. Yeah, it's not. I don't find it distracting because again, it's very nice. Like unless you're really focusing in on it, you're not going to notice that. Look how skinny he used to be. There's McLaren. He's got his nice sweet ass gull wing Mercedes McLaren. My gym owner has one of those. Tim Dowling at Bayshore. So I see his lime green McLaren in the parking lot all the time. That was an older show. That was older stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the posing footage. Stop screen. Go back to the call out footage because let's give these guys a little love. It was not a one-man show, guys. Andrea, Theo, Mo, they showed up and brought their best. And if Samson hadn't decided to jump into this show, some people thought it was a dumb move. A lot of people called it a boss move. If he hadn't decided to jump in this show, an Arnold Classic champion, a top 3 Olympian, one of these two guys on the left, I think Theo or Andrea would be walking away with the victory today. But unfortunately for them, Samson decided, nah, I'm going to compete. Oh, as far as his delts looking strange, I mean, let's go back to him by himself. That's a good question because, any of you guys who use gear know it's got to go somewhere. You got to do your shots somewhere. Do they look like overfilled, like he's doing too many shots in the delts? I've seen shinier delts than that, put it that way, more inflamed looking delts. But yeah, you could see some lumps if you look. You could see like where there's just a little bit of inflammation or swelling. Right there, I could see that mostly on that. It was on the right, so that would be his left delt. Like I said, guys, everyone uses gear. It's got to go somewhere when you inject. It's unfortunate that, there's such volume, so many cc's, so many mLs of oil have to be injected because, they're in these little trunks. If there's a place where it's been overfilled, where it's bulging out or inflamed, you're going to see it. It's even in the glutes. Very little of the glutes is covered with these trunks. So I don't know. I mean, I don't like if it's really bad, they call guys out. And like Hadi a couple of years ago, I think it was 3 years ago, they really penalized him at the Olympia for that. I think that's the year he was like 4th. Alon Powers, the real Coach Powers. His wife, Coach, said my mom could beat Simpson. I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I think like with certain guys who are really genetically gifted, condition-wise, you could easily say that. I don't think Samson's someone. He's obviously very genetically blessed in terms of his structure, his muscle bellies, things like that. His size, he got. Most human beings, the vast majority of human beings, could never get this big, no matter how much they trained or whatever gear they took. It wouldn't matter. But I don't think he's genetically blessed to be ultra shredded. Like I think like a good case would be like Dexter. I think Dexter had awesome genetics for conditioning. I say that because the first couple of years that Dexter was a pro, he wasn't doing any cardio at all, like none. And I think he said he used to prep for 6 weeks for his show. 6 weeks, where most guys need 16 weeks. Some guys will even take 20 weeks. I don't think Samson is that blessed. So I do think Marlene deserves a lot of credit. I feel bad because I think she gets a lot of flack for being his coach because most of these, obviously, most of the top prep coaches, the gurus, are men. And the fact that it's his wife, too, people sort of joke about it like, his wife's his coach? How ridiculous is that? Again, shout out to Nick Strength and Power, where I took this footage from. Christmas tree looks good on Samson. Yeah, his back's pretty sharp. You know, the glutes and hams could be a little drier, a little tighter. The back could be a little tighter, but he's got time. I don't see any gyno. Yeah, Goku. You see it on the left side only when he has his arms up in a double bicep or an abdominal thigh, and it's not bad. Like here, you can't see it there because of the way the light's hitting it. Even there, you don't know. He does have a slight bit of gyno. It's very, very slight. Like if he can reverse it with aromatase inhibitors at this point, that might be possible. I don't know. I'm not a gyno expert. Do they really dock points for gyno? Well, it's not so much like we're going to take 4 points away. So if you have a lineup of, let's just say there's 5 guys in a show, and 2 guys, the 2 guys are in contention for first place. One has gyno and one doesn't. And otherwise, they're pretty well matched. They're pretty equally matched. As a judge, I would just say, I'll give it to the guy who doesn't have gyno because it's hard to pick winners when they're very close. And obviously, a lot of times when I've seen obvious synthol use, you'll see guys who are knocked way out. They get like third call out. So the judges do try to recognize when things look funky, and they will punish guys based on that, as they should. You know, this is a physique contest. You're supposed to be showing the most perfect physique possible. If you have a big lump of gyno under your nipples, that's unsightly. It's not attractive. It's not pleasing to the eye. Gyno is very evident in his IG photos. Well, I'll go back to those in a second. Why not? Yeah, what the heck? Why not? All right, let's take a look at his IG. Let's take a look, guys. Share screen. Go to that. And now I think I need to get rid of the posing video. Bear with me. All right, so we're on his IG now. Let's see if there's anything. He's got a shirt on there. See, we're so focused on this poor guy's gyno. This was the famous. Well, it's a mix of his posing footage from this year versus last year. All right, so if he had really bad gyno, we would have just seen it there. Yeah, this is the little clip that went viral because he looks fantastic there. Shirt on, can't tell. Shirt on. He's got his Hostile shirt. Hostile, very happy with Samson. I'm sure that's their top athlete, their golden goose. It's his Cane Corso. I thought it was Cane, but it's actually Cane Corso. This is Marlena making his meal prep. Oh, the dog's waiting to see if he gets something. Look at all that steak. It has to go in a giant bin, giant bucket. Oh, did he get some? He's waiting. He's a good boy. He wants some steak. Yeah, I'm still looking for the photo. I mean, I don't see any gyno right there. I see 0 gyno, and this was a week ago. Oh, that was 2023. Okay, 2023. So maybe it's gotten worse since then. Shirt. No gyno there. No gyno there. He's all covered up. You wouldn't know if he had gyno. At this point, that's all we have to critique on the guy, right? Is his gyno or lack thereof. I mean, this is one of the greatest physiques in the world. You know, just because I made that video asking, is he making a huge mistake? I think some people assume, oh, Ron must be a Samson hater. Not at all. I'm a huge fan of Samson's physique. I like him. I've interviewed him many times. He's always been cool with me. I wish this guy the best. You know, I say that just it's hard to be. You can't be everybody's cheerleader. You have to talk about any flaws because when we're getting to this level, when we're getting to like the Olympia, these are the absolute best physiques in the world, and on their own, every one of them just looks amazing. And you'd think this guy's got to be Mr. Olympia, but you put, 16, 18, 20, 25 guys on stage at the Olympia. The judges have the task of getting them all sorted out. Who deserves to be first and all the way down? Look at that. That's a beautiful dog. That's a big pup. That is a big dog. Look how big he is. Probably like a 150-pound dog, I'm guessing. Massage gun. Yeah, we're getting into the older stuff. This is from a month ago. Well, that was 6 weeks out from the Olympia, so that was 4 weeks ago. Yeah. Samson's one of the greatest physiques in the world right now. Make no mistake. Make no mistake. When I say his back could be a little thicker, I'm comparing it to Derek Lunsford, Hadi. Nick Walker's got a great back. These guys are thick. It's not easy. Yeah, it looks pretty damn thick there. But I'm saying it is harder for a taller man to look as thick as a shorter man. The shorter guys have less real estate to fill out, as we say. Let's go back. Let's put him back on the posing stuff back. Samson. All right, back to your comments, guys. So Warhammer, I didn't see much of anything in the photos. He does have a very, very mild case of gyno. Andrew won't do Olympia, not in your Olympia shape. Really? Really? You really think Chris Aceto is not going to bring him in looking really good? Chris is a veteran, man. Chris is a great coach. And Andrew's had plenty of time since Texas. See the front biceps? I don't see gyno. Frontal biceps, left nipple. It's not that bad. Yeah, Sean. It's unfortunate that it's become a glute contest. And like going back to what Jake Wood said on that Olympia TV interview that we did, he said condition is the laziest way to judge because anybody can look. You don't have to have much of an eye for physiques to look at 5 guys and say, this guy is the leanest, this guy's the most shred out of all. And that's easy. Or you could say this guy's the biggest. Easy. That's easy to spot those things. But to try to figure out based on the overall package of all those attributes, size, shape, condition, proportion, symmetry, presentation, I think does factor in. And to make your decisions based on that, it's not easy, especially when these are the best physiques in the world. It's not easy. Samson reminds me the most of Coleman, what he became. There are definitely some similarities. Ronnie had a much better back, but they definitely have some similarities. To bring better Castillo, he would have to be equal as last year's, though. Well, I mean, I don't think he was much leaner at the Olympia last year than what we're seeing now. But he's going to have to step it up a little bit. Samson isn't beating Andrew. Built to Laugh says with the Joker there. Built to Laugh. What do you think about I've seen the trailer for the new Joker movie, the sequel with him and Lady Gaga. What do you think? I think it's going to be pretty cool. He looked like this Olympia will be better in 2 weeks. Yeah, I agree. If he's already in the same condition he was at the Olympia, he now has 13 days to tighten up. It's like, when everyone that's qualified for the Olympia in the last few weeks at these other shows, I believe they're saving their 100% for the Olympia. Appreciate that, Raymond. Appreciate you being here all the time and the kind words. I do really appreciate it. I know a channel who shows every show. Yeah, I don't show every show. Yeah. I don't want to call myself lazy. I'm not a lazy person, but a channel that shows every contest live streaming it. I don't know if we should even say what they are because then they're in danger of getting their channel taken down because it's like if I had a YouTube channel, I do have a YouTube channel, but let's just say I bought a UFC pay-per-view and those are, I don't know, what are they, like $70, $80 now? If I bought the pay-per-view and I decided I'm going to stream it on my channel, UFC, I don't even know what number they're up to, 200 or something. They're probably up to like 300. I don't know, whatever number they're, and I streamed it on my channel. You can bet your butt within, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, UFC would contact YouTube and say, this guy's stealing our stream. He's violating our copyright. I would get that video taken down. And there's a very, very high likelihood I would get my channel taken away. And I don't want my channel going away. Ain't no way Samson's beating Hadi, that's for sure. Well, Hadi's been Mr. Olympia, and he is the reigning Arnold Classic USA and UK champ. Preston says, I think he made a huge mistake competing. Van Wyck, this will compromise his Olympia prep. Andrew Jack will beat him, in my opinion. That's it. It's a valid concern. People say, well, he didn't fly for this. He drove. It's like a 4-hour drive from London area to underneath the ocean, the Channel, and to this show. I don't know. I don't know if the drive. So he didn't fly. That didn't mess him up. It's just, and I don't think he went out of his way. I don't think he did anything special to peak for this. I don't think he dropped his water much, or I don't believe he had to, because knowing who he was up against, and it's no disrespect to Presti or Laguerriere or Mo, any of these guys, but at the caliber of his physique, it's a very safe bet that cruising in the way he looked just at 2 weeks out, he was pretty much guaranteed to win. Hadi or Derek? That's a great question. We'll find out. Came better the second round class, trying to repeat the protocol. Yeah. A lot of guys look better when they do multiple shows. They look better at the second show or in the third show, and on and on and on. We used to see it on the Grand Prix tours. You know, the Grand Prix tours across Europe, they used to do back in the 90s. You'd see these guys do anywhere from 5 to, I think, 8 shows within. Sometimes it would be as in the span of 2 weeks. Like they would compete Saturday, then they would drive or fly to the next show, compete Sunday, and they would do that every weekend in a row for 3 or 4 weeks. And some of the guys got better and better and better. Oh, look at Sam's left nipple when he was in front of the wife. Not that much, not like the year when Ronnie won Gyno. Yeah, Ronnie had terrible Gyno compared to this. It's just people, Thomas, people, we like to be nitpickers. We like to really try to find flaws. We said Phil's name looked better, man. I got to admit it. I'm a big fan of both of these guys. Andrew has a very different look than what we see with Samson. I know there's similarities, and people like to compare them a lot because they're both taller. Samson being 6 foot, Andrew being 6'2". That reminds me, I had to block a guy on Instagram because he kept bugging me about, he wanted to know Hadi's Chupan's exact height, like down to the freaking centimeter. And he's like, he wanted me to contact Hadi to get that. He was obsessed. Samson's getting a fish-only diet to Olympia. Yeah, I mean, he's got all the size in the world. I don't think that would, if he went 0 carbs for the next couple of weeks, I don't know. I don't know his body the way he does and the way Marlena does. Milos got to know his body very well. I don't know how he does on. If he would flatten out and end up losing muscle, that wouldn't be a good thing for him, because as a taller guy, he can't really afford to flatten out at all. He needs to keep his size and fullness, or else he's going to look stringy. To be honest, which pro speak would you actually want to have the most? Who should win these comps? No, that's really not the case, because let's say Big Ramy. I wouldn't want Big Ramy's physique, and I have all the respect in the world for it, but would I personally want to have Big Ramy's physique? No. But I agree that those 2 years he won the Olympia, that was the best physique up there in terms of just massive size, so wide, great structure, symmetry, condition was pretty good. So, I mean, Verlaine, a lot of guys would say they'd rather look like Bumstead or Wesley Vissers than one of these open guys. And, you know, would you rather look like an Andrew Jack who's 6'2" and has that crazy wide shoulder and small waist, or some people would rather look like a Nick Walker and just be this tank, this massive muscle? Yeah, we all have our own muscle machine, just has a wink. Okay. Shota Beberashvili got Samson blowing his belly out nonstop. Who was that? Let's go back to who was next to him. Was that Theo? Yeah. Let's see. Is he doing it there? Oh, are you talking about Mo? Because they're both next to Samson. When you get 4 guys, nobody's really in the middle except Theo. There was another. They had Presti next to him as well, so it's not clear cut. I don't know if the show might be over by now. I have no idea. I decided I'm not doing a finals show because when I do these videos, if I do one about the judging, one about the finals, most people are watching the one about the judging anyway. So I didn't see a point. Let's go back. My Gyno question comments not meant to devalue Samson. Oh, I mean, you know, these guys they're public figures. This is our sport. Critiquing the physiques is a big part of what we do as fans, as people on the media side like me. If we just say everyone looks great, what's that? That's pretty boring. Oh, no. You're not. No need for apologies, Warhammer. No need for apologies. I mean, some people are vicious. Like they would say, I'm not saying this, but someone would say, Samson's got no abs, or Presti's got no legs, or they would say things that are really ridiculous. I don't like Samson's delts; they don't look legit to me. Yeah, Mark. I mean, they're a little overfilled, as we say. He's probably been doing. I say probably because I would never say I know for sure. He's probably been doing a good amount of his shots there. But like I said, all these guys, they use gear. We know this. It's not a secret. And the oil has to go somewhere. Where are you going to put it? It's got to go somewhere. No hate fest intended. No, I didn't take it that way. Captain Patterson looking bloated and too smooth, void of definition. Well, when you look at this footage, I'm going to go back to, he looks a lot better than this other footage, the Instagram footage. So this was done by Mad. He gives credit for the footage here somewhere. Hang on. Go for it. So this is Mad Muscle Media took this footage, and it's much clearer and crisper looking than what we saw just there on the stream. Like right there, his condition looks way better, right? But it's the same guy, same time, just a little better resolution than the live stream was. Yeah. Well, Jake and Ann, that's Jake's dream, is to take the Olympia to Sphere. It's cost prohibitive right now. The amount of money it would take would mean he'd end up losing a lot of money right now if he tried putting it on there. So, thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. Yeah, Sphere is the newest concert event venue in Vegas. I think it is a Sphere. Like U2 plays there for now. I think, do they have a residency? I don't know. But it's somewhere that Jake would like to have it there. Yeah. They won't change the ultra dry expectation if someone dies on stage. Yeah, I hate to say it's going to take that. Even then, I don't know if that would do it. I don't know if that's because they tried that in female bodybuilding. They tried to tell the women, we want you to come in softer. This was a few years ago. The memo was sent out. They were saying it's too harsh looking when you women come in dried out like a raisin and your face all sucked up and the striated glutes. Same thing with physique. They told them not to do that, but then the women who come in a little bit softer, they end up losing out to the women who show up looking exactly the way the winners have been showing up, with the striated glutes and the hardness. So what do you do? I don't know, man. Simpsons look like Andrew when Andrew walked out in Texas. They're very different physiques, Blaze. They're not the same. They're not cookie cutter physiques. They have very different looks. Sam slips a fifth this year. Wow. Don't we have some Samson love here? Let's give the guy some love. Something is off with Samson. Samson 6 weeks out. Delts and biceps not looking right. I can't believe he did the show. Paul? You know what, Paul? I wish I had. There were two judging clips I was trying to take from Nick, and I kept downloading the same one because I couldn't tell. But in that one, they were stepping over the line, because I know you get upset when these guys are going over the line. I wouldn't say 6 weeks out, Paul. He does need to be a little tighter if he wants to hold on to third or move up. He needs to look better. He needs to sharpen up. Ronnie won with insane. That's very true, Paul. Ronnie won with, because Ronnie could, when we love a guy, when the fans are, in full support of a guy, we'll let a lot of things slide. Ronnie had horrible gyno on stage many times, and nobody said shit. Well, some people pointed out. Yeah, but I mean, he got away with it. Once Sims gets it all together, hopefully by next year, to leave unbeatable for a while. That's what a lot of people say about Andrew Jack as well, Matt. I mean, the way we're seeing the rivalry with the top two guys now being Derek and Hadi, I could very well seeing that shift to the top two guys being Andrew and Samson in the very near future. Sicilian, it's his shoulders. It's not this wide cap delts. If he did it dramatically. They're not as wide and capped as Andrew's. No. I mean, Andrew's delts they're crazy. The Gyno cut Mac is you never expect on an advance. Well, I expect it. I mean, I don't expect it, but it doesn't surprise me. Yeah, typically guys, if they develop Gyno, it's in place by the time they're a very top amateur, and most of them will get it removed and heal up and come back without the gyno later on. We've seen that many, many times. He's had a few years left nipple. It's nothing new. So I guess it's not getting any worse. That's a good thing. Glad Sims competed. Presley would be a waste of the Olympia, make the show longer. Well, with one extra competitor. Well, Presti wouldn't. This would have qualified Presti for next year. So Presti still has plenty of chances to qualify for the 2025 Olympia. He did not make it to the 2024. But yeah, would Presti be a top 10 guy? It would be very, very tough for Presti to break top 10 with his legs. Let's have fresh injection site. I did see some swelling there. It's not that bad. Yeah. What do you not like about his biceps? I'm just curious. Now I have to go back to the other footage where I can see his biceps better, because now you got me wondering. What's wrong with his biceps. So stop that screen and go back to posing. What's wrong with the biceps? Let me see. He's going to hit a front double bicep. I don't. If you're insinuating they look shot up, I wouldn't say that. I don't think they look shot up. So not be much better in 2 weeks. We won't win Mr. Romney for a third year. I didn't see him winning it this year. Honestly, no. Third would be Andrew. I could see Andrew as high as third. I mean, that's many people are saying they think Andrew is basically going to move up past Samson this year for the first time. And who knows? They're both great. It wouldn't surprise me. Built to laugh. Yeah, I agree. Not a fan of it. The worst thing is when they put the hand to the ear, like make some noise for me. Like if you have to ask for applause, it's like you've already lost. If you have to ask people to cheer for you, like they should just want to cheer because you're so great. Okay, when they do that, Dauda could turn it around. Never know. Yeah. Free card for Presti. No, he's gonna have to qualify. How do you get rid of the lumps in the shoulders that he has? It just takes time, and they're just inflammation from injections. Who do you have winning this year? Thomas, we're going to do an Olympia prediction soon, so I'm not going to do it right now. Dex never cut his sodium either. Yeah, he didn't train abs for a long time either. You know that? Dexter did no cardio and did no ab training. Let's see if they save Samson backstage. Well, they knew they knew he was coming, man. It's not like, oh shit, Samson. He announced, like a week ago he was doing this, so it wasn't a total shock. I'm sure these guys are bummed. I'm sure Presti's bummed, Theo's bummed, because one of them would have won today if it hadn't been for Samson showing up. Andrew Jack, can't forget a lot of feelings have been hurt. Yeah, Andrew's pretty damn great. We're impressed with Andrew at Texas. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people prefer Samson's physique over Andrew's, and vice versa. A lot of people like Samson, like the jacked physique. Samson's very few people look like their updates. Again, when I showed that Instagram footage, which was from a better, higher resolution camera, video camera, he looked a lot better. I'll drop the nipple post. That's all right. I mean, it's legit. He does have a little bit of gyno. He does. Lightweight, doesn't leave Milos. I don't know, Anthony. I don't know what more. Milos did his best, and Milos never got him into that crazy dry condition either. Nobody has yet. So, like the Fuad podcast, we have to keep it real. Well, Fuad, that's his employer. Of course, they're going to be a little more biased toward. I would hope so. He's a hostile athlete. Fuad's paying him very good money. Still using Milos protocol. See Andrew in top 3. Nick would be lucky to get fifth with 0 quads. No, I wouldn't say he'd be lucky. I mean, let's not forget Nick has been third place too. Oh, I don't see you as a hater. You're beyond liberal and tolerant. Took you months to be my. Yeah, I don't know if I had you banned or who had you banned. Yeah, we kind of miss the MD forums now. As outdated a concept as forums are in 2024, we had a lot of fun on those forums for years and years. She saw his protocols. Yeah, obviously she was right there. I'm not making excuses for Samson. No. I mean, he shows up looking like this. He's probably going to drop a place or two. He won't be third. He needs to be tighter than this, or he's not repeating third place. Andrew Jack will get ahead of him, and Nick could very well get ahead of him. Nick to win this. Nick to win the Olympia. Wow, okay. Nick overrated. Aceto is a big deal. Andrew's going to be scary. Yeah. Aceto's one of the top coaches in the game for decades and decades. Chris Aceto knows what the hell he's doing. He's not going to bring Andrew in anything less than crazy looking. I have no doubt in my mind. Script not winning material. So unless you should post pre-contest picks. There's a lot of pressure on these guys now too, that they should post pre-contest picks, because we as fans have come to expect it. We seem to a lot of times get angry at these guys if they don't, like, why are you hiding away? And like Dorian was famous for just popping up the Olympia. Nobody knew what he looked like until show day. Aside from that year, 93, where he did the black and white Black Sox pictures. This is Sally Babbitt. When we top 3 with you. Well, he was last year. I think this is very important for the sports bros. Andrew beating Samson this year. Well, maybe. He changed Fluffles. Does he train Fluffy? I don't know. He's much better now unless he comes in off. Wow. Say what you want, but he's not peeled. He was on Fuad's. Probably says he was 5 weeks ahead from last year. Not true. I mean, that's his subjective opinion that he was ahead. I don't see that he was ahead of where he was last year. Turn up the cardio. I mean, he's going to have to suffer the next 13 days if he's going to sharpen up a lot. That's 13 days goes by very, very quickly. Muscle Machine has Hottie in first. Nick, Andrew, Derek drops all the way to 4th place this year. Jeez. The reigning Mr. Olympia. What's the channel MVP? I don't know. What is that? I don't know. Andrew will be beating. A lot of people feel that way. Creatine time. Okay. From here, we'll overdo it. Might come in flat. And that's the risk you run when you do things like go 0 carbs or do hours and hours of cardio a day. That's always a risk, is flattening out and losing muscle. Andrew's Texas Pro look better than Samson here. I always expect Samson to dominate the same way he did. Yes, he will win, but he's very underwhelming. I mean, I think he's dominant here today. It's crazy people think Derek could drop to 4th. I don't see Derek any lower than 2nd place. And he could very well repeat the win. Hottie looks great. Hottie could get his title back. It's going to be very, very close. Samson, very bad. No, I don't have anything about Legion. I couldn't find any footage of Legion. I assume Brett's doing that. Get your info right. Well, I was told 4 hours. I'm over here in USA. I have no idea. 6? Do you say 6.5 hours or 5 hours? I guess it depends on how fast you go, though, right? If you went super fast, you could probably do it in 4. If you went like 140 miles an hour. Get your info right. All white noise to fan out in 2 weeks. Agree. Andrew was mind blowing when he walked out in Texas. I mean, Andrew, when he walks out, just because he's so tall and so wide, it's a wow factor that he has. He definitely impresses you. Just overwhelming size, height, everything about him. Samson, very bad. Samson loves to compete. He's doing what he loves. Yeah. I don't fault him for doing this show. Not 1 minute. Samson will never be Mr. Olympia. Boy, that's harsh. Samson threw a subdued jab at Anderson. He looked big because of the guys he competed against. Now he's competing against similar guys. Not much difference between him and Presti. Yeah, Presti is not that much smaller than Samson. He doesn't have the legs. Samson kills him on the lower body. Grand Prix 99, well, that was a great lineup. Yeah, anybody who wants to look like Nick Walker can be over 5'4". Well, Nick is definitely over 5'4" MVP. I can tell you that. I am now. I was formerly a little over 5'8". I'm 5'7.5". I've stood next to Nick Walker many, many times, and he's been barefoot, so we can't say it was the shoes. Nick is about 5'6", maybe a little bit under, but he's definitely not 5'4". Or I look like Ramondino. Yeah, I mean, if I could pick a physique, I'd rather look like Ramondino or Chris Bumstead as opposed to these guys. I mean, not to say that I wouldn't look like them if I could have looked like them. Sure, I would have wanted to, but if you just asked me whose physique would you have, I'll take Ronnie Coleman body. Yeah, I mean, it's a matter of personal preference. Nobody's wrong. Hai Chupan will definitely be the champion of Mr. Olympia. Unfortunately, Samson's regressed, not as good as Derek, let alone Hadi. I mean, Derek is the reigning Mr. Olympia. I don't see him dropping any lower than second. Rear bicep and RL last bit look improved. Someone with their condition should leave for Vegas, speaking of that last bit of fat one. Yeah, I mean, he does need to tighten up a little bit. He does have time. It can be done. I've seen people do it. So to say that he can't tighten up a lot, he will. Let's see. Sam's a smart man. What he's doing is competing. In which case, name recognized. Yeah. What's history of Anthony Cordiero? No. Sebum will only Olympia by Olympia 100. It's 40 years from now. I don't think he's going to be competing. Samson the best. We just heard he was terrible. It's like saying the top 3 of the Masters Olympia. You mean the Mr. Olympia? How will he fight with Huddy's try and split body? It'll be tough. Original genetic. The best true bio. Thank you, man. Appreciate that, Thomas. Appreciate that very much. It's the best I've seen. Sam's so full and round. Looks incredible. Yeah, don't get it twisted, guys. Samson has a great physique. This is a guy who's been top 3 in the world last year. The 2 guys that beat him were Derek Lunsford, who won the Olympia, and Hadi, who had won the Olympia the year before. So he's right up there. Okay, so is this predictions, Yusuf? Hadi, Derek, Andrew, Jack, Samson, Nick. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. Samson's 6 week out. The guys were all 6 week out. Samson looked just conditions. Yeah, I don't think Samson's condition is as bad as anybody's saying. I do. Why wouldn't they remove the gyno? Maybe it just wasn't that bad. They didn't think it was distracting enough. Legion is today. I didn't get the pay-per-view though, so I haven't seen anything from Legion. As a fan, I wish Andrew Samson ranked higher because they have heavy muscle and beautiful structure. Kind of tired of short mass monsters. Yeah, some people love the short mass monsters. Some people don't. You're not wrong. Chris Cormier also had it when he was at the top. Gyno, that is, he had it removed. Chris Soul, the best ever. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Samson gets it removed right after this show. He can't get it removed now. There's no time. We're on his biceps. Yeah, I didn't get the critique on his biceps here. It was way more noticeable. How can Andrew beat Samson? He's nowhere near capable of side shots or the back for that matter. Samson looks freaking great, man. Yeah. Samson's biceps are peaking much better here. And I've been a heavy critic. Left arm still a lot smaller. I didn't see that. Buying the Olympia package, Derek Hadi and Andrew battling out. Yeah, that's going to be a good pay-per-view. You get a lot of stuff there because it's so much going on at the Olympia. So many divisions. Olympia has all 11 divisions. It's a lot. Oof. Samson doesn't have he has full biceps, which we've had plenty of champions who didn't have bicep peaks. I know I'm going way back in time, but like Sergio Oliva, the 3-time Olympia, he didn't have any peak to his biceps, but they were freaking enormous. They were huge. Please, everyone know you can't judge by video or film. You have to be there to see the true person. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that to a point, but we have to do our best to judge by video because most of us can't be there. So we do what we can. Andrew is much better than Samson, has better back. So thanks for everything's waistline looks way tighter, Gracie. Well, Gracie, Samson always had a great waistline. Samson's got one of the tightest waistlines out of everybody, I think. As long as he keeps it nice and controlled. Matt is making excuses, but Samson can be hyped based on his filtered pictures. Filtered pictures don't help you out on stage at all. Forget Andrews, we're the same team who took down Phil Heath. Andrew will be top 3 at the Worlds. Yeah, so that was Chris Aceto, who was the late Sean Roden's coach, talking about there. Left biceps down, looks good look, shrinking waist, does look touch better, lost some mass. Andrew has broader clavicles, yeah, and that structural detail may put him ahead of Samson. The Samson looks more complete. Side legs, Samson pushing too hard will have a negative effect on him. Left bicep has always been down for some one rails. I mean, if it's a huge disparity between a left and right side, I will call someone out on it. Very few people are 100% symmetrical left to right. Warhammer's hope is it will be Hadi, Andrew, Derek, Samson, and Nick. Legion is tomorrow. Well, Legion is both days. I think tomorrow is like Masters Pro. I'm not sure. I know. I was almost certain it was today. Well, they all look better than I. Yeah, obviously, none of us look like these guys. I think Aaron will go to second, but we never know until showtime. Side chest, he's hiding his stomach. Well, if you have any abdominal distension, yeah, I see the difference in the biceps, just a little bit there. You would be smart to hide it. More. Can't wait for Fuad excuses. And from the side and back, can't beat Samson. Derek needs better chest and arms. Beat these out, more complete guys. Derek's got pretty damn good arms. His chest could be better. He's got the best back out of everybody. Huge difference in Samson, Presti. Upper body, not so much. Presti has a great upper body. He needs more triceps. Yeah, you can see the Samson's arm. The tricep is much, much better than Presti. Presti's strong points are his shoulders, chest, and his back. Legs aren't great. Derek can be fourth. Don't forget, to be honest, he's only strong from the back. No abs, and he's not as hard. I mean, he won the Olympia. He can't be that bad, guys. One pose, now do back and front. Nick is, in fact, 5'6". Yeah, that's what I figured. Sounds right to me. Abs, thighs, side chest. Samson needs to control his stomach. How can we be Mr. O without abs? Well, I mean, Dexter won the Mr. O without calves. I'm just calling him out on one body. But he had everything else. Dexter's one of the greatest physiques of all time. His calves were always weak. And there were people who say, how can you be Mr. Olympia with bad calves? Andrew has a better back than Samson. Yeah, I agree with that. Hadi and Derek, they've both won the Olympia. That is correct, Sanjay. Samson's serious hamstring glutes work. Yeah, they could be better. Samson was way ahead of everyone else in this lineup, same as Andrew was excellent, which is a relatively taller lineup. Yeah. Prize money for this show, I think it's $20,000 for first. I remember hearing that. I don't know what the rest of the breakdown was. I know it's $20,000 because everyone, when people were saying why Samson, why he should do it, it's an easy $40,000 because I do believe Hostile Nutrition, Fuad, they match his prize money. So if he wins 20 today, they match it. They give him another 20. So 40 grand for driving a few hours. Not a bad day. Samson did improve. Yeah, Samson's back has been getting better and better as time goes by. A few years ago, it was not very good at all. So he wins ready for 25 and 20K richer. Yeah, well. Samson's impressive. Andrew Tex seems like he tried to do the same here. Thought Samson looks bad. He just doesn't seem to bring anything new. Other guys seem improving much more. Well, Samson improved a lot for years and years. Nobody can keep improving forever. I think he's pretty much at where he needs to be. He doesn't need to be much better than this. He just needs to fine tune everything and really dial in that condition a little better. Tired of the short stocking. Sim's coach ran the. Oh, so this is a crack on his coach being a woman because Massengill is a feminine hygiene product. They plan to run the Tampax protocol. So Massengill would be like a douche, which would put water into a vagina. Tampax would be like a dry thing that absorbs the moisture and takes the moisture out of the vagina. So I get that. I get that analogy. It's a vagina analogy. Okay. Samson does control. Yeah, I mean everybody needs to be very, very cognizant of their abs up there because most of these guys, if they relax their abs, they're going to pop out a little bit. I don't think he's doing a horrible job of controlling his midsection, but he could keep it a little tighter. Derek, Hadi Simpson, Andrew Hunter. Yeah. Samson equal condition as everyone, the Olympia winner. Samson equal condition as everyone is the Olympia winner. If he's the same condition as Hadi, yeah, for sure. I could see him winning. Nick Walker has a free clip of top competitors there by default. No one's sitting next to 2011 Phil Heath. Well, we're not going to start going back in time. Hadi's the reason all these guys try and be in their best condition. Yeah, I think it pushes everyone else when they know someone else is definitely going to be looking freakishly shredded. You don't want to stand next to somebody like that and not be at least close because they're going to expose your lack of condition in comparison. Parents see this opportunity to see how they compare with top tier guys. Yeah. King Hadi, King of Persia. Abs way more important than calves. Abs is central focus of physique, cannot be overlooked, unlike calves. Yeah, I agree, Goku. I mean, I've never seen anybody win a contest based on having great calves. It's great. It's always nice if someone has great calves, but it's not like a deal breaker. Not a deal breaker. All right, guys, I'm gonna take off because my dog Branch needs his afternoon walk. He needs to go poop and pee-pee. So this has been our first look at Samson Dauda since last fall. It's a sneak preview of what he's going to show us at the Olympia. I will give one last look at his Instagram footage because I want him to get his proper credit for the condition that he had. The condition here shows a little bit better, so I am going to show this one more time. This is from Mad Muscle Media channel. That's somebody with a better resolution video camera or something at the show. And you can see his condition there is better. If you want a really good look, go to Samson's Instagram or Mad Muscle Media, and you'll see the condition does look better here than what we're seeing on the footage from the stream, the pay-per-view. But yeah, if he wants to win the Olympia 13 days from today, he's going to need to be a little bit tighter than this. He's up against some crazy competition in the form of Derek, Hadi, Andrew Jacked, Nick Walker, Hunter. He's ahead of Hunter, but you know what I'm saying. Brandon Curry, we don't know what Brandon's going to look like. There's just no room for error, put it that way. There's no room for error. And, we got, 7 more comments. I'm going to take these and then I'm out of here. Beat the others to keep the size coming really tight. Gladiator, expected way more from Samson. He looks pretty damn good to me. Samson, lucky top 5. Geez. Thank you, Toronto Muscle. Toronto, Canada. Lovely city. I'd love to go back there. Structural package still place my other guys in better condition. Don't forget, it's not a condition contest. It's not. Somebody who has awesome size and shape and their condition is not as great as someone else, but the other person is lacking in those other areas. I give it to the guy with the best overall package. Thank you. Blocking. I'm not going to block anybody unless you're really being a dick. Thank you, man. Appreciate you watching. Samson's off. All right, that is it, guys. I'm going to take off. So I'm going to stop that screen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. If I can get some footage of Legion, I'll do a video of that. I don't know what's out there right now, but in the meantime, thank you so much for watching this one. And of course, one last time, I'm going to implore you, if you like the channel, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me out. Like the videos, share, ring that bell, drop some comments below. It helps the algorithm. I call it. Yeah. So appreciate you guys so much for watching and joining me on these lives. We have a lot of fun. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you on the next one. Peace out, guys. And stream. Peace.